Hello and welcome to Makemusicfree, the channel that teaches you how to drink tea and make music. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at the piano roll, and this is like one of the first basic things you're going to need. So useful, so important, so listen carefully and don't be like, disinterested, just listen and use it and play with it. Okay, so yeah, so if you go on piano roll, so you can do F7, or you can just click that like me. You should get this window up, and in all FL Studio, it's all based on this kind of grid because that's how music's kind of cut up, as it's done into sort of beats and that kind of thing. So it's useful that it's like this. On the side, you'll notice there's a load of letters and a number next to them, and some of them have a hash and some of them don't. Some of them have hash, some of them don't. And this is basically just the notes on the keyboard, and if you look at the side you can see that the ones that are slightly black, it's kind of, if you look at it, it's kind of yeah, it's kind of like a piano. But if you want to change that, you can click ABC and you'll get a real piano, or you can get that fake not real piano. It's up to you, personal preference. So with this you can create your melody. Okay, I'll just load one up quickly. Here's one I made earlier. I wanted to say that my whole life, but I'll just quickly change it to something, I don't know. I'll just put in a shitty piano bit so you can hear it. So you can do that. Oh yeah, I'll explain how I did that as well. Sorry, I haven't brushed it. Just trust me, just relax, it's okay. Okay, so I've just loaded the melody, pretend I made it. And the way you do that is, I'm actually going to be giving you a lot of melodies throughout. This is why our channel's awesome, because I'm going to be giving you loads of cool melodies that I make and other people make, and you can use them, it's not a problem. So you just open a score. These are called scores, okay? Like, not like scoring a goal, but like, it's, like a score, that's like a melody thing, something that that's often a phrase they use when they're making films and stuff. It's like a score. It's like not like a piece of music or whatever. But anyway, that's there, and you can do MIDI files. You can do loads of different stuff. So it's quite useful. I'm actually just going to run through these quickly because this is quite useful. If you go down edit, is kind of not really that interesting. It's just a few things that you can transpose, so you can lift the whole thing up, one key sort of thing. So I'll show you what I mean. And that just lifts it up, and but I don't really do that. I usually just do Control A and then just move it wherever I want to put it. And that's quite useful. So you can do that. That's a little something. That's a little task for you to do. And if you go into tools, you've got loads of things like the riff machine. I don't really use the riff machine, but I'm going to let you have a look at that. It's a algorithmic melody thing for robots and people. You can use that. Quantize is quite useful. If you've never heard of quantizing, I should probably do a video on it. But it's essentially like, say you're playing a nice piano melody on your piano, but you're actually a little bit out of time. This will just make sure that all your notes are snapped to the correct thing, so it's all in time. There's loads of different things in it, actually really useful. I always use these different tools. Gluing is like, you'll find that if you've made some notes sort of long, but you sort of made some and you don't like how it sounds, you want it to be one long thing, you can glue it all together. There's strumming, there's arpeggiating. If you don't know these phrases, you need to read a book. Or maybe just just search it on Google or something like that. Or you can just listen to me right now because I'll explain it. Because obviously you know what strumming is. Strumming is just like, it makes it sort of sound like it's strumming, so it'll do it to like a rhythm. And arpeggiating is just like going up in the octaves or in a certain melody and stuff. I recommend you guys playing with it because my explanations can be a little bit vague. But these tools are all fun things to help you make melodies, essentially. One thing I will say is it's worth going onto the helpers and putting ghost channels on. What ghost channels will do, you don't think it's not very important now, but it will enlighten you when it happens. Essentially, if you've got two patterns, or two patterns, so you've got this melody here, and you want to put a bass line inside the same pattern or something like that, another melody, a counter melody or whatever. With ghost channels on, it will show you what the other pattern is instead of you having to look each time, which is basically impossible to do. so you can do that as well. That's something really useful. I recommend turning it on, getting involved. There's loads of these things. I don't really use these, to be honest. I usually just do them myself, but I mean it's worth going through, maybe going through a few of them anyway, and looking at the scales, because mostly what melody production is, which is what this is for, it's just using different scales and kind of working in that and making something cool and playing by those rules. But we're going to look a lot more in deep into how to make melodies for different kinds of music in later videos. So yeah, that's essentially it. Actually, wow, we've covered everything. That's pretty good. And it's got the same sort of, it's got the snapping thing as well. Snapping's on all of them. But yeah, so I'll just play you a nice melody and do a little dance to finish off, and enjoy the next video.